What's going on, everybody? Tyson from VS Card Hub. We're coming in. I've actually been kind of excited for this. These have been sitting on the shelf. I've talked about them before. I did, comparison. I never really did a full like by themselves video. But these are the Illusions Premium boxes. This was basically a one-time drop. They came out at Walmart. They were like 120 bucks, I think, when they came out. And once they sold out, they were never restocked again. So I've had a few of them just sitting here. I've been kind of scared to open them just because I know that once they're open, they're gone. Now they're selling on the secondary market for like $200 a box, sometimes up to $250. I've seen them just because they had so much good stuff in them. So you got 10 less cards than your normal mega box. Normally the mega box had 60 cards in there. These ones only come with 50. 10 packs per box, 5 cards per pack. But you're getting one autograph and one memorabilia card. And that was the bare minimum. That was the nice thing about these, is that's the bare minimum that you're going to get. So once you actually dove into them, you could kind of tell what kind of cards you were going to get based on what kind of autograph and patch cards you got. Pretty much if you pulled out a RPA, because you do get RPAs in here, if you pulled out an RPA that was numbered to 299, I believe it is, it usually meant you were going to get a second RPA or a second autograph. If you pulled out an RPA, they do have ones numbered down to 9, or they have patch cards numbered to 9. Usually that means you're only going to get one autograph. So there was potential to get like 2. I think I've even seen people pull 3 autographs out of here. It was just, it was Illusions. A lot of people don't go crazy for Illusions, but this was just an absolute banger of a product. So, like I said, I wanted to jump in. I've been staring at them for a while. I want to see if there's anything that's just been hiding here all year. So these are the, I can't remember, these are not the Sapphires, the Kaleidoscopes, I believe. Numbered to 75. There's DK Metcalf 60 out of 75. They do have the same pack seating as you would see in retail. So the cards are grouped basically by team in the packs. So that is, still the same from retail. That did carry over. Yeah, these are the Sapphires there. I had to take a look real quick. Those are the Sapphire cards. Kind of get them mixed up because they also have these ones, which are super nice. They do have the acetate cards in here. But there's a Mystique Blue Ricky Pearsall. Not numbered, but they do have that cool stained glass look to them. You don't see it as much on the front, but the back just goes absolutely crazy with that design. So these were primarily from these premium boxes. It is acetated. It's a little bit more of a opaque. And there's Caleb Williams right off the bat. Rome. Yeah, only 5 cards per pack, so you do get less cards per pack in here. Usually, I believe the mega boxes come with like 10. There's a little Bo Nix coming out here on the Amazing. These ones are not numbered, but still fun cards. You are going to get quite a bit of base because you get like your 1 insert per pack, and then pretty much everything else is just base cards. Throw Bo in there. I may have to get the scissors out just to make it go a little bit quicker, because these packs, that was my one thing when I opened these initially, is these packs are just like super sticky when it comes to trying to actually get them open. There's Game Magician's Jared Goff. There's a Bo Nix base. Yeah, you kind of have to peel them apart and then peel them this way. These packs can be a little wonky to deal with. There's Game Magician's Jalen Hurts. Ooh, this is a thick one, so we got a patch in there. We may have a patch in here too. So it looks like we may have back-to-back patches. There's a patch in there. Regular pack, regular pack. So we've got at least 3 patches. So let's see what our first patch is. So this is not an autograph, I don't believe. Yep. So this Dallas Turner is J.J. McCarthy base. There's Brian Thomas Jr. numbered to 75. That's 38 of 75 on the 2-color patch. Almost like a third surface there. Great Expectations rookie patch. There's a Xavier Worthy behind him. Let's see if I can get him to fit in the sleeve here. So that means that we're likely going to get 2 RPAs out of here. So that's nice. Should get 2 RPAs at this point. So like I said, you can kind of tell based on what you get out of here as far as the patch cards, that sort of thing, on what kind of hits you're going to get. There's another Sapphire. That is number 1. First off the line, 75. TJ Watt. Bijan Kirk. Go. So this is our final regular pack, and then we should have two more patch cards, possibly 2 RPAs. I've pulled, let's see, out of here I pulled Ricky Pearsall, Bucky Irving, Jaden Bass. I do have a Jalen Polk numbered to 9, Audric Estime numbered to 9. I did get one of the cool ones. I got an Aaron Donald Nike swoosh patch card out of here, numbered to 9. That was a really cool one. It wasn't a rookie, but it was a super cool card. Let's see, we got Mahomes on the back on the swirls. So these are not numbered, but that's a swirls insert. We got a Penix. Yep, so we have our rookie RPA. We are looking at First Impressions. Adonai Mitchell. No, Anthony Gould. So there's Anthony Gould, 69. Nice. Out of 299. That will be our first RPA. These ones are a little bit thicker. Here we go, find my thick sleeves here. We got Penix base. And we should have another patch card, potentially another RPA in here. Like I said, this is what made these so good, is just the pack seating. Is you could tell what you were going to get. Whether you like that or not, that's up to you. But, yep, so we have another RPA. First Impressions, rookie, that looks like Bucks color. Show me a Bucky Irving. Oh, Jalen McMillan. There's Jalen McMillan, 56 of 299 RPA. So that's sick. 2 RPAs, 2 autographs, 1 mem card. And that's only 1 box. And we still have 2 boxes. I'm going to try and make it go a little bit quicker. Let me grab my scissors. I'll try and cut these packs a little bit better here. Like I said, these packs are a little bit slow to open. Sometimes they do kind of get all jumbled up in the boxes here. I try not to cut any of the RPAs or anything. So we've got at least 2 thick ones right there. And that seems like it might be a thick one as well. Yeah, we'll see. Actually, we may only have 2 thick ones. That may mean we have one down to 9. That may be... Yep, so I'm just going to do that. That may be a little bit quicker to get them out instead of fighting with it. Ooh, there we go. Max Crosby on the Sapphire to 75. Yeah, that was the only annoying thing that I saw about these packs, was that just trying to get them open was just super annoying. But there's a clutch. Marvin Harrison Jr. Not numbered, but these, like I said, these are sick cards. These acetates. If you can get them in good condition, this one's got some kind of whiting around the edge. If you can get them in good condition, acetates do tend to grade really well. If you like to grade this stuff, acetates in good condition will grade very well. You just got to make sure they haven't been banging around in the pack and chipped all the ink and stuff off the edges. So I'm pretty much just grabbing the hits off the back. There's J.J. McCarthy base. Take that. Pretty much when they come out of the pack, you've got your 4 base cards, and you have 1 insert per pack. There's our C.J. Stroud on the Amazing. Another Michael Penix Jr. So yeah, these were super fun. I was kind of sad that they didn't restock these. I kind of figured that maybe they would sell out and they'd come back and restock them and, you know, try and grab some more. That's why I grabbed like 1 order and then called it good. Swirls for Travis Kelce. Yeah, grabbed 1 order, called it good. Just because I was kind of scared, didn't know what to expect with these. These were a newer release. It's kind of one of those things that Panini decided to put together some premium boxes of this stuff and pushed it out. And they ended up being really good. There's Quentin Johnston, 44 of 75 on the Sapphire. Try not to drop that like he drops footballs. See how he does this year. They keep showing all the, now that training camp's open, keep showing all the Quentin Johnston highlights. You can see those over on social media. There's a little George Kittle on the Illusionists. They keep showing him catching balls. He has dropped a few. I've seen a couple of the videos where he's out there just still dropping balls, but we'll see. Chargers could potentially be really good this year. Ooh, there we go. Caleb Williams on the Game Magicians. And we got the old guys pack, other than Dallas Turner. All right, so this is the moment of truth. We only have 2 patches in here, which means we may have an RPA to 9, potentially. Potentially, because that's what I've seen before with these, is if you only get 2, you're likely going to have a low-numbered RPA. Try not to beat it up too much. Oh, maybe not. We may just have a normal pack today. All right. Rookie RPA. It's another Buck. Is that Jalen again? Nope. Bucky Irving. I pulled him before, and here he is again. Bucky Irving, 161 of 299. And shining stars there. Old Debo, still in his Niners uniform. We'll put Bucky back there with Jalen. And Caleb base. And final pack. All right, so let's see. So this is either going to be a second RPA or it's going to be your standard patch card. I think this may just be a patch card. It looks a little bit thinner. There's Jaden Daniels on the Game Magicians. Yep, this is going to be a standard patch card. We're looking at Great Expectations. It's actually flipped around. Like I saw Jalen Polk here. 3-colored patch to 75. 11 of 75. Jalen Polk on the 3-color patch. Almost a 4th there. You can kind of see that seam. That's sick. Nice little rookie patch. We'll put him over here with Brian Thomas. There we go. All right, 3rd box. Let's dive into it. That one was a little bit quicker. Appreciate you hanging out today. Let me know if you opened any of this stuff. What do you think? Have you actually tried to find it? Like I said, I've found it on the secondary market, but yeah, people are jacking it up to like $200, $250. Excuse me. and just charge them way too much on the resale. So let's see what we got. We got at least a thick boy there. So we got a thick one potentially there. Ooh, we got 3 thick ones. All right, so we got at least 3 thick ones that I can tell. Yeah, it's way too much on the secondary market at this point. I wish they would have brought more of this back. After I opened the first few, ooh, nice one, Jamar Chase on the swirls. After I opened the first few, I was like, oh man, these are really good. And just sat there watching Walmart like a hawk. Because they were only available online. These were not available in stores. And just sat there like waiting for them to bring it back. And they just never did. Aaron Rodgers, 18 of 75. 10 off a jersey number. There's eBay 101 right there. Yeah, never brought it back. Super sad. But then they came out with Totally Certified. Totally Certified was kind of the same. There's Kyron Williams on the Abracadabra. But Totally Certified came out at 175-ish, 180. So it was a little more than this. I think this was just the better, probably one of the better values. Will I say it's better than Totally Certified? That's hard to say. Totally Certified had a lot of number cards. There's Micah Parsons and Texans pack. Yeah, Totally Certified, I think got like 14 numbered cards out of a box. It was kind of crazy. But this one, you at least get RPAs. For Game Magicians. This one, like, just spit out RPAs like crazy. Obviously, they're just sticker autos and your typical Olive Garden napkin patches, but still an RPA. Brian Thomas, I'll take that. All right, final normal pack, and it feels like we have 3 more patch cards in here. So we're either going to have a good low-numbered RPA. Oh, it almost looked like it was, okay, it might have been numbered, but it wasn't. We're either going to have a RPA, like a super low-numbered RPA, or we're going to have 2 of these ones. Let's go for one of the RPAs to 9. Let's see. No, it looks like we're going to have a Great Expectations to 299. You can tell by the back of it. First Impressions. It's a Commander, but we all know that Jaden Daniels does not sign for Panini. Which means we are getting Luke McCaffrey, 207 of 299. There's a Luke McCaffrey RPA, 207 of 299. We'll add him to the back here. So that means since we got one of the 299s, we're going to get a second RPA. We should get a second RPA, I should say. And then we should get a normal patch card. Oh, so we got a Caleb base. We got a Caleb insert, Shining Stars. And we're getting another RPA. We're looking at First Impressions. That's an Eagle. Judging by that, by the way the helmet is oriented, that's going to be a Will Shipley. Yep, there he is. Will Shipley, 88 of 299. I can tell because they always use that same picture where he's looking almost directly in the camera. There's Will Shipley, 88 of 299 with his little autograph. Kind of almost forgot to spell his own name. So this should be just a normal patch card, most likely to 75. Let's see what we got in here. CJ Stroud, yep, we are looking at Great Expectations. And this guy, Mr. Practice Squad himself, Michael Pratt. I like how they gave him the white patch, even though, you know, he's wearing all green, because at least the white patch goes with both the Packers and the Bucks, since he ended up on both teams this year. 6'3" 75, Michael Pratt. He gets the generic single color patch. He's basically a chameleon. He can take that patch and he can go play for any team he wants. Anyways, there we go. 3 boxes of premium Illusions. What do you think? Did you get to open any of this? What do you think of our hits? You love to see it. 5 RPAs out of 3 boxes, plus 3 patch cards, numbered cards, acetates. We got a lot of stuff out of here. That's why, like I said, these were probably like some of the best retail products this year. A lot of good stuff, a lot of inserts, a lot of autographs. There you have it. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you hanging out. This was a fun one. Been looking forward to doing this just because I wanted to open these up and see what we got. I would say it did pretty good. Thank you for hanging out, and I will catch y'all next time.